none of y'all got a mask, y'all all got fucking COVID. Shit ain't funny. I see a couple masks, he's like, fuck that shit, I don't trust it. Christopher was like, look, you guys, I'm tired of all this shit. Take your mask off. Don't do it.
Welcome to Magalog, the Randomest podcast in Peoria. And as you're about to find out, this vodcast is so random that the audio is kind of hunky, wanky, shanky in this one. So, I ask you to forgive me as I have yet to fully integrate all of our new audio upgrades into the studio. So, my apologies to you, the listener, the viewer, and of course to our guest, Mr. Eddy Parker.
It's all good, fam. Like I say, it's all, man, I was.
So, if you have yet to meet the kung fu of comedy, Eddy Parker strolls in like a whirlwind, and the conversation starts, and you can't get the brother on cue. So, this is how he explains how DJ Captain offered him the gig of opening for Deray on May the 8th, 2022. This is just the edit of how it got there.
I just got called last minute to do the show, so I'm gonna hook anybody up. I can't hook nobody up. I'm like, if I could, I would.
Yeah, you the one got the hook up.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of like I'm just going off that and playing off that, and it's like thankful, man. Like I've been on DJ Captain for easily 20-some years.
Right.
Business-wise, we haven't done a lot of stuff together. We done did some things over the years, but like, you know, he always had certain teams built for certain things.
Right.
And so then eventually we crossed paths because that's what it was meant to do. The energies crossed paths, and it was more or less like a, hey man, I do this, I do this, I do that, because the opportunity presented itself for me to say these things. So then he got my direct number. All of a sudden I got a couple phone calls out the blue. He's like, hey man, I need you a bodyguard service for this. I need you to this, and can you do this, and then help me promote this? And he's always plugged me with tickets and stuff to take care of people. He always been a down-to-earth cat, man, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I got a phone call Monday. He's just like, Pete, what's up? I'm like, who you need me to do bodyguard work for? He said, nah, that ain't what it is. I want you to perform. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What's the deal? He said, the show Sunday Civic Center. I'm like, what? Okay, that's what's up. You gonna bring it, man? I said, come on, man. You gonna ask me, am I gonna bring it? Like, I'm at home. I don't even gotta tell a joke.
Right.
I can walk up on stage and the people gonna act a fool just the fact that, like, he one of us.
Yeah.
That's Eddy P, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just the fact that the response that I got online, just when he gave me the okay to say, go ahead and let everybody know you gonna do the thing. As soon as I did that, everybody like, yo, Eddy, oh, my man. And it's just like we said earlier, like, come on, man. Like, this ain't like my first rodeo. I ain't saying it like on no cocky stuff at all, but it's just like, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. I'm kind of nervous a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And not in a nervous way. I'm gonna tell you what I was told from some of the best comics in the world, man, some of the big dogs that's been and doing arena style stuff. If you're not slightly a little nervous, just overconfident, that can kill the vibe that you're supposed to bring. And I only say that to say this. Not nervous because I'm afraid, because I'm excited. Because I'm ready to get up on there and do what man, comedy is therapy for me, fam. Anybody that know me, you know me on a personal level now. Comedy is therapy. It's therapeutic, because where else in the world can you get up on stage and talk to people about anything, any topic, any subject, and the response is either thunderous applause, laughter, or dead silence. That's it. Just because people quiet don't mean that it ain't funny. They just thinking. They think about, what did he just say? Oh, hell no. Then you'll say something later and do a callback and come back to that same joke because you mentioned it before, and they're like, oh, that's why he said that, and then it makes sense. But It's like, just because they're not laughing, people don't understand that comedy is just not about getting laughs, it's about entertaining people. That's why you got these people now that's got all these Netflix specials. Them people ain't really funny per se, it's a character. Right, Gilbert Gottfried, God rest his soul. He the whole thing. It's that voice that he didn't talk like that for real. Behind closed doors, Gilbert Gottfried, he talked way different. The dude didn't even. I remember when I met him, I was like, wait, this dude, I thought they're just like Bobcat Goldthwait. If he screamed like that all the time, he'd have a damn aneurysm or a stroke. Yeah, it's a character, and it's like some people, me personally, because of who I am, I'm always Eddy P. No matter where I'm at, what venue or whatever. But the thing is, It's the positive part of me and it's the negative part of me. But all of us have it, the yin and yang. You got to just weigh it out and option it and make it where you understand that we all have feelings as humans and emotions. And when the bad starts bullying this ugly head up, you got to figure out a way to kind of deal with it so it won't get out of control. And that's the whole thing where that's what I do on stage. You get on stage, you talk to people, have fun, and you talk to things that people can relate to. Right. Topics and discussion. You got to know your crowd. If it's a crowd full of 20-year-olds, you can talk about farting jokes and dick jokes and stupid stuff like that. When you got a 56-year-old crowd, they don't want to hear that crap. The half of them things don't even work. The things don't even work anymore. It's like, for real, bro, this is what we bring it up, man. Right. Got some Bluetooth for you, know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Like, you got to be able to be relatable. I done done gospel shows. I done did straight, you know what I'm saying? And as a believer, so it's kind of one of them things where when you have a certain characteristic about you, people are expecting that. So when you don't show that, they're like, wait a minute, now that's not how Christians talking. Now, come on, for real? How? So you mean to tell me every Christian that's ever came on earth since the beginning of Christianity spoke perfect and never did anything wrong? That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're humans, we make mistakes. That's the whole purpose of going and repenting and this, that, and that. So anyway.
I do have a question though.
Right on.
We'll get to the show.
Okay.
We're going to get to the show.
Okay.
Do you think today's political climate, with the cancel culture,
oh, dude, you know what?
Do comics have to filter?
I just watched the interview with Godfrey, and I think, who else was on the interview, man? He was speaking on it, and somebody else, it was like, I think personally, it's BS. Mm-hmm. Because this is the thing, and you know this as an entertainer as well. As an African-American comedian, it's things I can say that white comics shouldn't say because they'll get crucified if they did. That's always been part of the game. Mm-hmm. But also, you got some white comics that can be bold and pull it off because, like Dave Chappelle said, I don't try to quote people because I don't want to misquote them. I don't say mean things to be mean. I say mean things because it's funny. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. So if you're saying something that's derogative or mean or belittling, long as it's not because you're trying to tear the person down, but you're just trying to make fun of a situation or scenario, it's understandable. But the problem with now is they want to dissect everything somebody said, just like when Joe Rogan supposedly had said the N-word and the thing. So it's like, this guy's the highest paid podcaster in the universe. Mm-hmm. And then now you want to go and try to back some stuff up and say, dude, he done said things clearly he probably shouldn't have said. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. I have too. Well, so what's the difference? Because I'm not famous and got money or got something you can take from me that everybody enjoys, then it's not, you know, like you said, if you ain't gonna make a monetary amount off of canceling me, oh well, we gotta hurt you somehow. We're gonna mess with your pockets, and we know some people money is God.
That's it.
That's their God. So that's you know, that's what they worship to want. So once you take that from them, it's kind of like it is some touchy subjects in the world that you got to be aware about. But I feel personally, like I said before, as an African American comic compared to a white comic, it's things I could probably get away with that somebody else wouldn't. And then now with all this people attacking people on stages and stuff, and people been jumping on people. This ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying? It's just now famous people getting their ass butt handed to them. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing different. It's just like, whoa. So I tell you, I mean, once again, I like telling stories, but I ain't gonna mention no names. We did a show on Thanksgiving. I was doing the show with some people. I was the headliner. A couple comics went on before me, and one of the comics got into it with one of the people in the crowd, the VIP area. He was roasting them because he said, wait, this VIP in the front? He said, I only saw y'all have one bottle the whole night. Y'all supposed to be popping bottles, not bottle. And he was just observation comedy. Right. And dude was like, hey man, don't be putting me in your jokes, man. Like, he getting mad. He was just like, he's speaking on what he saw. It wasn't like he trying to crack on you, that belittle you or make you feel. He just was like, I thought you supposed to be doing this, but you doing that. So the dude got up and walked up to the stage and got up in his face, and dude was just like, yo, man. I was just like, man, what's going on here? And I'm like behind the scenes trying to watch this, like, where's security? Why is this happening? And so then they eventually get it under control, and then I went up and like, I'm the headliner. I walked out and I slapped the mic stand down. So I'm telling y'all right now, man, they don't call me the Kung Fu comic for nothing. And I put my hands out and said, The first person walk up here, I'm gonna change your life, boy. I'm gonna change you. They was like, ain't nobody gonna do that to you. Oh, well, y'all thought it was cool to do that with him. I ain't the one, man. I'll tell you, you walk up here, won't you? What do you say on the clumps? Or with it, you gonna walk over Cleveland, but you gonna crawl back. Yeah, I ain't with all that, man. I don't know. It's just getting crazy right now, man. People just doing this, you know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not hard to do what we do. It's just, I think it's hard to stay relevant. It's a little harder to stay relevant. That's what I would say.
It's a popularity game.
Yeah, because if you're not doing this or not saying this or not talking about this, talking about that, being relevant is kind of what's important. But that's in any cultural line of entertainment. Because if the music, so I'm not a major fan of mumble rap, but those beats is dope on some of that stuff. I'm just gonna keep it 100. I can't tell. What'd you say? I couldn't tell what he said. But that beat is dope. So that pulled me in. I'm like, even though he ain't saying nothing, there's no content, whatever. That beat is catchy and dope, and I get it. And the dope that they do is why they can hear the damn words.
They slow it.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, like when DJ Screw used to do the screwed up click stuff. Yeah. It's like if you was on that surf, you'd be like, oh, okay, now I see.
Right.
You pump a little something, be like, hey man, this is dope, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then you say, okay, that hype music is just like, that's who our culture is, though. We always the energy bringers, man. We bring the energy, you know what I'm saying? So if you understand that with comedy and singing and rapping or anything, man, even black country stars, it's energy, man. So
all of our black country stars end up being the top.
And they were rock and roll people or pop people at one time, and they said, you know, I want to try this. I'm gonna give it a shot at it. It ain't nothing but blues. That's all it is. That's all it is, man. Blues and countries is just an uprift beat. That's all it is. Because if you talk about my girl left me, my damn truck broke down, my dog died, my garage caught on fire, I got a Chevy pickup truck. That's all it is the blues slowed down, man.
I had somebody tell me once upon a time that the difference between the blues and country music is the difference between the grades that the singers dropped out of.
So if you're in the 5th grade,
you do blues.
Yeah.
You can read a little bit.
Yeah, right. Because blues really don't talk really. Most of them they do a couple phrases and
it's just riffs.
Yeah. So I said what grade? All dropped out the 8th grade, and that's why my song is the way it is.
Right. Top 20 on the country.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so like I said, I got a phone call from DJ Captain, man, good friend of the family, man. Anybody know, he's been in the game 25, 30 years as well. He gave me a holler, man. Like I said, I did some bodyguard assignments for him, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. He connected with a lot of people, and like I said, just got a phone call Monday. It's like, yo, Eddy P, man, this is what I need you to do. I said, all right, you said nothing but a word, man. So now, like I said, I got some stuff that I'm working on. It's gonna be Mother's Day, so of course you got to give shouts out to the ladies, and I kind of tell the men as well. You know, we get credit for this day too, because we mother makers. Unless you a mother.
You just gonna sneak that?
Ladies, wait a minute now, because they gonna be on board. Like, yeah, thank you, Big Daddy. Like, yeah. Then you gotta be like, wait a minute now, how did you become a mom?
Yeah. Okay, so you bringing out some new material.
Yeah, I got a few things, few tricks up the sleeve.
Okay, anybody you sneaking on stage with?
I don't know, man, to be honest with you, because I got some people that was at the show at my last Angle Birthday Party comedy show, you know, in Titus. We got people we connected with. I don't know right now because some things was asked of me, and I'm not for sure what direction they're going. I know they got the people who they're already coming as well, so. If the opportunity presents itself, and I definitely got people on speed dial that's ready to go do a quick 5-10 minutes to easily. So
I got one recommendation.
Who that?
Well, really two.
Okay.
But I already know Ruben is out of it. I already know Ruben ain't.
I think he got a show though. I think Ruben actually, they got it. Him and Mario and them are doing the show on Mother's Day. I think they're doing the show either at the Grand Tap in Galesburg, if I'm not mistaken. I think I just saw a flyer for that. I think they got either there or Chicago. No, Freeport, Illinois. That may be Freeport. That's where it's at. Right. So they're gonna be on that already. So I think he already
Chris.
Oh yeah, nephew. That's mandatory. Come on. That's hey, nephew. Look, I've been doing shows with him. I'm gonna tell you a funny story before I head out. My god brother Mo, who's the head of security at the Kennedy Club in Champaign, Urbana. That's through the Goldbergs, and then we've been working for them for years. So it was you know, the Hidden Color series. That behind the scenes and all that. It was the third movie of it. The guy who actually was the director or producer was there at U of I. I don't know if he went there for school for cinematography or something, but they were doing like a screening of the third one. And Mo called me to come in to be one of the hosts, and Chris was there. And I'm like, how am I supposed to be funny tonight? And that, if you know anything about Hidden Colors, just the farthest thing from the truth. It tell you, do you believe black Jesus? It's a whole nother, it's like stuff that happened to people, our people in general, right, where it's like, it's a serious subject. It was like pre-Black Lives Matter type stuff. So, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be funny tonight, and everybody in here got t-shirts on with the black fists and stuff. How the hell I don't pull this off? I did. I don't know. I came in and did me because it's like I said, it's not just all about being funny. It's about entertaining people. What energy are you bringing to let people know I'm down? I'm so-called woke, or whatever the case is. So that's when Mo introduced me to Chris, and he was like, hey man, this kid upcoming comic, he doing this thing, man. He was like, and Mo was telling him, Chris, this is my god brother Ed, man. He in the game. He been in the game, man. This is the guy you need to link up with. All right, cool. And we played off each other. He became one of my comedy nephews, just like Jason Jenkins and Jason Davis and those guys. And it's kind of like, I don't never take credit for anybody their start, but man, I done let a lot of guys come and do shows with me when they was just kind of starting and stuff, just because someone did that for me. And I felt like you got to give back. You know what I'm saying? Especially we from the same area and stuff in general. It's like, man, you got a certain skill or craft that you can hone and bring it. Let's have some fun. And Chris, man, he been on the Steve Harvey show, been on several events, man, like on some, and he ain't never forgot where he came from. And he always keep it 100 no matter what. I call Chris, you heard what he said at the show. Like, he'd be like, man, Uncle Eddie, no matter where he at, what he do, he always call and ask. I do the same thing with Jason Jenkins and Jason Davis and this my boy Ray Philly Phil. Me and Ray been doing shows together about 20-some years, man. Wow. I tell you how far that rap hole goes back when my drinking and not thinking days. So I've been sober over 20 years, and so I don't even do none of that stuff, man. No smoking, drinking, nothing, man. Not bragging, not hooting, tooting no horn. It's just if I discipline myself in the martial arts, right? You can discipline your mental and spirit in the other way too, man. It's all about what you decide to do to find that internal peace, like I talked earlier. Right. You got to. You can't find your internal peace. Man, look, Will Smith said this. I don't like quoting everybody because sometimes people misquote things out. He told Jada one time in an interview, he said, it's not my job to make you happy. You gotta make yourself happy. So once you're happy and I'm happy, we can be happy together. Because if you rely on me solely to make you happy, what happens the times when I don't? You pissed off at me because, you failed me, you let me down. Like, no, I ain't let you down, man. I just, you gotta find that internal peace.
That is one of those silly things people say.
It is. I'm not happy with you.
Make me happy.
Yeah, like, what you mean I'm not happy? Just like they say money don't make people happy. That's bullcrap. Money can make you happy. It may be temporary happiness, but you can. Because if you don't have it and then you're miserable because of things, money can make you happy. It just ain't gonna be a permanent thing. You just gotta realize the truth of the matter is, if you ain't got no money in your bank account and you wanna go do something, you're not gonna be happy about that. So, but it's all a falsehood anyway. That's all a mental thing that they designed. The system is designed like that to make everybody feel to think that you gotta have this and gotta have that. We're consumers by nature, man. We're all taught to believe we gotta have stuff. George Carlin had a routine. I don't want to mess it up, but he said that what is a house for? To put your stuff in. When do you go to the store? To buy more stuff. And then once you leave, you gotta lock your stuff up so nobody don't take your stuff. So all it is we got all this stuff, but what happens when you die? Can't take it with you. Someone else gonna get your stuff. Pastor Hubbard said this best. He said, you know that favorite suit you got that everybody like and tell you about on Easter? He said, unless you buried in it, somebody else gonna get that someday. And that's how the ball bounces, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's how the ball bounces. That's the reality of who we are and where we are. We get stuff to make ourselves feel a certain way. You get nice shoes. Why do you put nice clothes on? You don't put nice clothes on to get bad compliments. You be like, damn man, that's a nice hat. There's some slick shoes. That's a nice little shirt you got on. That's what's gonna happen when you put on stuff that people are attracted to. But if they're not, and you got some dirty clothes and dog poop on your shoes. Hey man, you come to my house with no poop on your shoes, you know what I'm saying? You don't put on nice clothes to not get a compliment, man. That's just who we are. We all
true.
You go to Easter in your Easter Sunday suit. Why? Because it's a cultural thing. We've been known to say this is what we. That's it. Look at me, look at me, look at me. And you know, man, you wore that same suit to a funeral 2 weeks ago. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I've heard Uncle Ray, Uncle Bobby, and Grandma Earl.
But we from a time period of hand-me-downs, boy, so that's a whole different thing. You be like, man, what's with them pants? Don't worry about these patches, fool.
Man, I used to get in fights.
Ooh-wee.
I used to get in fights a lot. District 150.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you go to some of these schools and everybody tough and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a seamstress.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And she was grooming actors and singers and dancers, so all of our clothes had flair.
Right.
Well, I walked down Livingston to Focus, and we were headed to Tree Wind. And there was about 12 of us.
Okay.
And I'm the only one with some green corduroys.
Oh, about to start a house fire. The corduroys, boy. You get the running.
All of those jokes.
Yeah.
All of those jokes. So from Garfield all the way to Tree Wind.
Oh, wow.
I got heat about these veil bottom corduroy
pants. They
green.
On you, Hulk pants.
Look like we had red hairs.
They own you, man.
Bud Light pants. I don't know. It was messed up.
Hey, man, it
But
happens.
You think, man, nobody got beat up that day for a joke.
No, at all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not at all.
Nobody got beat up for a joke that day.
That's the thing, though. Like you say, the moral of the story is they call it capping now. We call it jonesing. Casing, yeah, you know, dissing or whatever, however it was. But that's what we did, and that's how we got a tougher skin. Because if you can't laugh at yourself, you can't laugh at nobody else. You know what I'm saying? The whole idea is we gotta laugh and have fun, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing Sunday, man. People need to laugh. People need to get out. People ain't really, you know, have fun in a while. Good old-fashioned fun, man. Laughter is one of the best medicines other than sex. I said it. I ain't taking it back. That's it. I don't know what type of sex you have, but it's medicine, bro.
If I can only have one.
Yeah, there you go. Right,
if I can only have one.
Right. Like a shirt say, man, you can't have this, but you can do kung fu, man. That's
they call it kung fu in certain languages.
Absolutely. Kung fu, the word itself doesn't even mean anything other than the notation of a skill learned and mastered over a lifetime. So if you say Wing Chun, this is what I'm mastering. If you say the tiger, praying mantis, or the five answers, the Shaolin style of kung fu. That's what it is. Hung guard, that's one of the ones I study. Hung mean hung family fist. That's the style that I'm learning and mastering over a lifetime. It's a lifestyle, man. It's not about just the punching and kicking. That's the aspect of controlling the body. But then you got to control the mind. And if your spirit is drifting and dwindling because it's stuck on something negative, then that's what the energy is going to take you to. Instead of me, peace. That's what the hand gesture is. Everything. Peace. I want peace. Right. This is my hands of peace that become hands of war. Only fight to keep the peace. That's it, man. That's it. That's what it's all about, man. That's the Kung Fu comic. So I got that nickname from my brother-in-law. So it's not Kung Fu, it's Kung Fu. So I be foolish, I can silly. So he's just like, oh man, you a Kung Fu. I'm like, for real? That's my brother-in-law. He capped on me, man. And I'm just like, whatever. I kind of like this. I'm gonna use this. Now I get paid to be the Kung Fu.
Get paid
That's
for
it. In fact, I couldn't get girls back in the days because I was so goofy and silly. Now everybody and their mama want my number. I'm married. No, can't have me. No, thank you. But yeah, man, that's just it, man. Like I said, laughter is a way of life for me, man. It's therapy, man. It's therapeutic. And you know, you're in the entertainment business as well, man. Getting on stage and talking to people. Yes, it's an ego stroking situation. Don't get it. Ain't no reason to try to front act like it ain't. But also, I'm not doing it just to get full attention from myself. I'm doing it to try to bring good energy to other people. And so if you're doing something positive with the gifts that God gave us, it's always going to be in your favor, man. Ain't no other way to look at it. It's always going to play out in your favor because the fact of the matter is you're doing something good for other people, man. Absolutely, man. Because like you say, this whole cancel culture and all this other nonsense we're dealing with, it's always going to be somebody upset because something didn't go their way. So what do? They try to figure out a way to destroy it, man. Destroy other people's
Most
happiness.
definitely. Most definitely. So, okay. My last two, and I know you got to go. One, where can we find some of your content, brother?
I got things, and a lot of the stuff that you can look on YouTube. There's some things that people film. You can probably look on Facebook and I think MySpace. That's how far back I go.
You know what? No lie. I was just looking at some old MySpace stuff a couple months ago.
I think it's mainly music now, isn't it? I thought it was mainly music now that people.
If you still have your login,
you
can get back to your material.
Man, I have to go through what's your dog name and color your first friend's and what's your best friend's name and your mom maiden name.
You still have the same email.
I do. I probably got one that's connected. Matter of fact, I'll tell you how funny this goes. I created my MySpace page the same day Richard Pryor died.
Damn.
Yeah, that's and I know that because I remember I was on the computer typing at the library, Peoria Public Library. I'll never forget this. Somebody's like, man, you need to do a MySpace page so you can start putting your stuff on, the content. And I'm doing it, and it had in the big old thing, Richard Pryor, famous comedian Peoria, died. I was like, that's why I never forget that. When that day, I was like, damn, I paused for a minute. I'm like, no, Richard Pryor died. It messed me up. They created my MySpace page. I'll never forget that, man. And I was like 2005, if I'm not mistaken. He died either shortly before or after his 65th birthday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in December. I'll never forget that, man. Yep.
I'm saying wow because it was a bad joke. I was just trying to work out of my head. Like, wow, it wasn't leaving.
Right. Like, wait a minute. MySpace, whose space? What space you talking about?
Richard Pryor. No, so yeah, that's just an alienating joke right there. I won't. Okay, so secondly, what are the a parting thought? A parting thought. But we're not going to do a parting thought. Your favorite food in Peoria?
Favorite food here would be Katrina's Hispanic dish. It's insane, dude. Insane. I love Mexican and I love Chinese.
Where is that?
It's right downtown. Matter of fact, me and my wife just went there for Cinco de Mayo today, dude. It's right. So where the bus stop and all that stuff is, I don't know what that road is, but straight down is right there. It's a roundabout. It's right in that building right there. I don't even know it's right off of Water Street. I know that. It's called Katrina's. You got to look it up. Google it. It's insane. But now, if you say my favorite wings, of course, it'd be Rum Burgers. That's my favorite wings from here. My favorite Chinese. Chinese is my favorite dish of all. But my favorite food as of lately is Hispanic from there. But I like China Express, spicy shrimp fried rice. Let me think what else. I'm trying to think. I said chicken already.
Right there on Knoxville?
Yeah, I don't mess with McDonald's and all that like I used to, man. I can't eat that stuff like I used to. It just don't go down like it used to. It don't taste the same. Steak and Shake, none of that. I remember Zips was the bomb, bro.
Dude, wait a minute,
the bomb, man.
Wait,
man.
Zips?
95-cent double triple cheeses.
That was one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, and it was funny that as I'm thinking about talking to you, you texted me, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of a series to go along with some stuff that I'm working on, and it's like the world would be so much different without Peoria.
Oh, dude.
I mean, if you think about it, for everyone who goes to Checkers just for French fries.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for Zips.
Yep.
Checkers would not have those French fries.
Remember, was it Mr. Quick?
Mr. Quick.
Velvet Freeze, all them old
school.
Yeah, dude, that's classic stuff, man. Mothers just sleep on that. It used to be called, was it Wendy's Chicken before Hardee's or something like that? It used to be called Wendy's or Sally's or Sandy's, something like that.
No, it was Hardee's. Then they turned it to Carl Jr.'s.
But before that though, it was a place either called Sandy's Chicken or something like that. Y'all have to look it up, man. Don't quote me on that. But it was some stuff back when we was kids though, man. Like way, because it wasn't the Hardee's franchise wasn't even created at the time. It was just a particular like mom and pop joints. You know what I'm saying? That they had either Sandy's, Sally's, something, Wendy's, something like that. It was a chicken place. But I remember after church on Sundays, my granny used to go by to get this white box, kind of like down at what's the place called? A Dirty Ernie's or whatever they used to call it. Ernie's or whatever they used to get those potato wedges.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. So, you know, it's a lot of.
What was that?
It was right there on where across from where Warner Homes was. Yep, because Mr. Quick was up the street and the other places there, and it was two of them. They had two, one on the north end and one on the south end. Wendy, I could have sworn it's called Wendy's Chicken, Sally, Sandy, son. I have to look it up, fam. I'll look it up in the You know how you can do retro Peoria and they got the old stuff? I'll look it up and I'll see you a picture when I can find it. Because I know, because somebody had talked to me about it not too long, but they was like, man, you know, I was like, what? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so you said favorite food, what else? I know some more with that other Peoria stuff, more Peoria stuff.
Yeah, more Peoria stuff. Local music.
Whoa. I mean, it's a lot of art. My manager an artist, you know what I'm saying? So Titus, he got stuff content. So he called my nephew Vito, Brandon and them, Bell, they got music, little rappers and stuff. God rest his soul, my baby brother Vince, he was a little hip hop artist. I mean, I know some of everybody, man. Personally, I see what you're saying. Like here, the Viv lady, this Vivian or whatever lady that was just here.
Warfield.
Yeah, her. I mean, it's a lot of, like you said, my cousin Cortez is piano. He a beast. It's a lot of people in her. Man, this town has so much hidden talent, man. I could go on for days because I've been in this game for so long where I know this person, that person. You know what I'm saying? Some of the hip hop artists it's so much talent here, man. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna have to do to just have like a big coalition. The Juneteenth thing was amazing. My niece Chanel, my nephew Israel, and some other people that's that Yanni experience is doing that. I'm gonna be a part of that this year. I'm just probably gonna be a guest speaker and get up like, how y'all doing, ADP? Love y'all deuces. Because initially I was gonna host it, but then they went another direction because they're trying to build a relationship with some other people. But also they got some other things coming up that I can't speak on because dates ain't 100% finalized. But you know I'm gonna come and chop it up with you, family. So like I said, the other things we were talking about earlier with the gospel comedy and all that stuff. I got so much this year, man. It's a lot of things that's happening where this platform's needed. So that way we can get it out there so people can understand, like, you've been in the game, I've been in the game. And that's the problem where so many people want to kind of like do their own thing. And it's just like, dude, I got this.
Nobody going nowhere alone.
Yeah, no, at all. Nobody's
going anywhere.
No, you got to be able to. I'm going to help you and we're going to help each other. We're going to do this. And so, yeah. So food, music, what else? What another? You said another one.
Okay, is there a neighborhood that you would avoid?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm an officer. No, I go anywhere. I understand that it's someplace I probably wouldn't want to live or raise my kids because things have changed over the years. But I got family on the south. I got people on the north. I got people in the East Bluff. I got people over in Pekin as far as that. And that's where, we know the story behind that. If your skin is brown, don't get caught this town at the sundown. I said it.
Do you remember that?
I ain't taking it down. I ain't taking it.
Do you remember that? It was spray painted. When you go across, it was right there on the line up.
Yeah, NWA, no, it's allowed.
You heard me?
I say, Anna, ain't no, it's allowed. This is an Anna town. What's that? Ain't no, it's allowed. So,
I used to live down there.
Damn, trust me, I stayed in Pekin. I stayed in North Pekin, not Pekin. I stayed in North Pekin, like that Creed Court coming over part. It was like these little, trailer park places, and some of my homeboys was doing things over there, and I was kind of, what I'm talking about. I was over there, they never called me, I never had no issues, man, but, it's things that happen. Like I said, though, I love our town, man. Peoria is an amazing place. They know safe. It plays in Peoria. Happen here, happen anywhere. I'm a firm believer in that. I've traveled all over the United States. I've been out of the country several times. And every time I tell people I'm from Illinois, they're like, oh, you from Chicago? I'm like, no, I'm from Peoria. They be like, what? And it's a whole nother vibe, man. That's what it's about. Heck yeah, man. People want to claim all the other places, man. Yeah. Hell with that, dude. I'm from the corn town, Peoria, man.
We got to get you in a shirt.
I'm with it.
We got to get you in a shirt, man.
I'm with it, fam.
But I don't think you're going to be able to pick no medium. I don't see you in a medium, so I got to get some more.
It's all good. Whatever clever, man. I put it up on top of me, hold it like tied around my waist like a shirt or something.
Put that sucker on like a chin-up bar.
Yeah, it'd be like, yeah, son. Be like, yeah, are you okay? Yeah, man. So, yeah, this, like I say, man, that's it, man. I appreciate you coming and letting me come in and talk crap and have fun with you. I love this stuff, man. This is what life is about. People have to understand that, we need to help each other instead of hurting each other so much, because hurt people. And it happens. Sometimes I don't even think it's an intentional thing. I think it's more or less of a thing where we just get so caught up in the hype of what's hot, what's not. And then you say something and don't even realize, dang, I offended that person. How would I feel if that was me on the receiving end of this? And that's the thing. You got to think of other people instead of yourself all the time. My wife always say, be selfless more instead of selfish. That's powerful, man. That's what's powerful. I leave you with this. My grandmother always told me this. She said, or my mother as well, she said, if you put a smile on a stranger's face every day, eventually be no more strangers. She also told me not to talk to strangers as a kid, so I was confused about it. I'm like, how am I supposed to be happy and smiling? And people look at that like, what's with this kid? But that's how I live my life, man. You smile, and you know what I'm saying? What they say, smiling faces
tell lies.
There you go. Yeah.
Tell lies.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, you know how that goes. Oh man, let me get up out of here, fam. I appreciate you, brother. Peace and blessings always, man, always.
It's all love.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
Just like the whirlwind that he is, Eddy P departs. Blessings and thank you.